Hello, everyone, and welcome to Group 7 presentation. We'll be speaking about the development and implementation of the art and happiness intervention of community dwelling older adults. So first, let's start off with positive psychology. So positive psychology is the study of human flourishing, okay, and what makes life worth living. It's the approach on how humans think, feel, behave, how they act towards themselves, their attitude towards themselves, how they feel about themselves and to others as well. But instead of focusing on the negative aspects, because I know sometimes psychology is always talking about depression, anxiety, all the mental health issues, it focuses on the positives and the strengths of a human's life. So, positive psychology emphasis on positive events and influences in life. So, how happy you are, the joy you have in your life, the love you have for yourself and others, optimism, how you feel about life, how you feel about the future, gratitude, how compassionate you are, how resilient you are when it comes to overcoming situations, overcoming negative things in life. Your positive emotions, like I said, how you feel about yourself and how you feel about others. Positive relationships, whether it's friendships, the relationship you have with your peers, your coworkers, family, your mom, your dad, your spouse. Positive principles, and having a purpose in life. I know everybody wants to have a purpose in life. And positive psychology spends time on focusing how to broaden the outlook of clinical psychology beyond treatment and mental illness. So, the Art of Happiness program. The Art of Happiness program was designed for older adults with the goal of enhancing happiness and positive well-being of their participants. Since aging has such a negative stereotype, researchers wanted to shine a positive light on how it could potentially be the exact opposite. So well-being is a strong component in positive psychology and is categorized into 5 compartments. And these compartments are called PERMA. So it's positive emotion for P. E is engagement. M is meaning, P is positive relationships, and A are accomplishments. Okay, so each week during the program, participants would participate in a course where they would do homeworks, readings, and activities that fostered a corresponding concept in PERMA. So after they did all of their activities, discussions, and readings were implemented, the program wanted to measure the program's success. The participants wanted to measure the program's success.
So the total number of participants in the study was 34, and all of the participants were over the age of 50 and residents of Newcastle County, Delaware. The participants were all members of 2 different senior centers, and that's where they were recruited. The criteria and requirements for participants to be able to be part of the study was that they should be community dwelling, so they should be independently living within the community and without the assistance of a caregiver. They should also be able to self-ambulate, which means they should be able to walk from one place to another on their own, and they should be retired or working on a part-time basis only. Another requirement was that they should not have any severe cognitive impairments or current clinical diagnosis of depression. The majority of the participants were white, female, and married. There was an initial implementation of the program at the senior centers where the studies took place. So there was feedback and evaluation taken from that first implementation, which was applied for the second implementation, which was the actual study. The second implementation consisted of 8 weeks of sessions, and each session was 90 minutes, and all the sessions were conducted at the senior centers. Instructors were all from the University of Delaware, and they structured the weekly sessions around the 5 PERMA concepts, which were positive emotion, engagement, meaning, positive relationship, and accomplishment. This was taken via sign-in sheet. The session consisted of lectures, discussions, and homework assignments, and participants also received a copy of The Art of Happiness, a handbook for living, weekly handouts, and a personal journal for homework assignments. 2 questionnaires filled out by the participants, one before the beginning of the first session, one after the last session ended. were about demographics, health conditions, and feedback from the program. And at the end, 10 participants were randomly selected to partake in in-depth interviews by the instructors. Session ended, and this consisted of questions like demographics and feedback questions or what they anticipated the program was going to be about. And at the end, 10 participants were randomly selected to partake in in-depth interviews.
Next, we have the results. The article's major objective was to outline the formative and process evaluation methodology related to the art of happiness intervention among older adults. After evaluating, the authors outlined the formative process evaluation of how positive psychology can improve well-being. It resulted in higher life satisfaction, optimism, and positive emotions among them. The theory points that well-being is the basis for positive psychology, and it's the basis for constructing the required personal flourish. After going through an 8-week evaluation program, it was found that the Art of Happiness is a vital program in shunning adverse health issues among the older adults in a community by reducing their chances to contact with terminal ailments. The positive impact associated with the Art of Happiness program is an innovative program to improve the positive mental health condition of older adults in various regions in the United States.
Here are some strengths and limitations. We're going to start with strengths. This study was developed with the goals of enhancing positive mental health among older adults. Positive psychology was definitely one of the main strengths of this study because positive psychology has been proven to actually be effective and beneficial. The Art of Happiness program offers weekly themes, purpose, and activities to engage with older adults. These weekly activities will help prevent depression and anxiety. The purpose here is to help them be more positive and happy. The Art of Happiness program also offers homework that helps older adults engage in activities that will allow them to socialize and see the world in a more positive way. They also encourage older adults to speak up and share in class discussions. Limitations. One of the program's limitation is that it was only implemented into one state and one senior community center. Another limitation is that majority of participants were Caucasian. This means that other races and ethnicities were not represented in this study.
The results of implementing the program showed that there was an improvement of happiness and well-being in older adults. Many older adults saw a difference in their subconscious and helped them approach various problems and daily basis activities differently. Programs similar to Art of Happiness are well established, but they lack their focus on mental health. Aging is a change in our lives that most people go through, and it can lead to change in mental health, even if the person is not clinically diagnosed. The limitation in this study prevented us from having a broader idea of intervention programs that can help older adults of different ethnic groups. Future research should focus more on diversity and implementing such programs into different states.
All right, so that's all we have for our presentation. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any comments or questions, please feel free to leave them down below. We also want to know how you guys maintain a positive lifestyle. Thank you.